Welcome. Peace to the tribe. We are live. It's the Initiates for the Flame. Back with another video. So, family, I'm here with the squad. And we finna drop our Instagram panel so you can connect with us, hit us up before we start the show. But, gentlemen, introduce yourselves. Pork chop. Mr. Gravy. You know what I'm saying? You can find me on AD Senpai 33, man. Book a read it for me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of everybody been laughing at me. See, I'm getting a little thick with it, but I've been telling them this is a cardio belly. So go ahead, hit me up, work out with me, man. Book a private workout session. Pause. So yeah.
Hey man, just tell me who been telling you that you've been getting thick, so me and we can have a talk. All I'm trying to figure out who's telling you, hey, damn, AD, you getting thick? Me and him, whoever that is, man, we can bear knuckle box, man, because don't ever tell me that I'm getting thick. Ever. I don't care what my weight fluctuates to look like. Man, it's the Hood Mystic. Represent hoodmystic.com, whiterabbitpsych.com, columbianexchange.com. Just appreciate the space, the time. Don't ever say I'm thick, man. Like, just don't do I don't care what's going on, man. Like, my body, my choice, man. Don't put that pressure on me, man.
Oh, shit.
That's all I gotta say, man.
Sacred Serpent, Sacred Dark Serpent, we cultivate.com.co. This year's for the flame. And this year's for the flame Substack. Please don't ever say I'm thick. White Rabbit Site, Columbian Exchange. Blue Magic, please. You need that. You need that in your life. You need it right away. You need it yesterday. Let's get it, people. Let's get it.
John?
Probably cooking dinner.
For sure. So, family, what we are here today, we are here and sponsored by the Initiatives for the Flame Substack. And we have a powerful reading for you today. And, family, I want you to think about this message because it applies to all. So, as I'm bringing this up, family, my question to you, are you a physical being or a spiritual being? So, here's a quote from the Bible.
Hey, put that link in the chat.
Got you, brother.
And make sure y'all join the Discord too.
I'm gonna put that in the chat as well.
Join the Discord, keep the conversation going after these videos and before these videos, because it's all about community, and you never know who is going to be that person that you'll meet in the Initiates Discord that's going to be the catalyst to, meeting a lifelong friend.
Yes, join that Discord, please. Join that Discord.
So here's this quote I'm going to read to you guys. Corinthians 2:14-16. The natural person does not accept the things of the Spirit of God, for they are folly to him, and he is not able to understand them because they are spiritual discerned. The spiritual person judges all things, but is himself to be judged by no one. So always, we got our boy Racine Maurice, always off the muscle, working hard, getting downloads. So, brother, please tell us why this specific passage, what really spoke to your heart when you read this?
Well, I think just for me earlier today, I was watching my big bro do a live, and he was speaking to this very thing. And what resonated with me the most was um, people actually don't do things because they don't feel like it. And I think that's nasty. But I think it's something that we've all done at one point or another in our lives. And we live in a materialistic society. Let's be real. You know, things are predicated upon how much you have and how much you can get, how much you can spend. And that generally determines whether, you know, you're a good person or not, I guess. I don't know. It's weird, but that's me speaking for me being a spiritual being. Um, his live really resonated with me. And I've always wanted to speak to the spiritual man versus the physical man because I don't think I've ever really truly been a physical being. Like I've always been on the spiritual side of things. So it resonated with me harshly. I told him during the live that I needed it. I needed the message. The message resonated. And hence it prompted me to write the article to correlate with his live because he's the reason why I wrote it. So
I say, bro. I say. So as we get in this article and as we're deciphering it, and as we're talking about specific things, we might even pull up some stuff to even show you guys. But the one thing is, and I see some people in the chat answering it, you know what I'm saying? But I need you to ask yourself deeply. And when you go to journal, when you go do your shadow work, I need you to understand, are you a spiritual being or a physical being? And then once you answering it, if you're a spiritual being, are you following your soul and is your soul guiding your ego? And if you say you're a physical being, what are you chasing? What is your purpose? So as we get into the article, right? What is a physical man, right? The physical man we're referring to is a person who is focused on the material world. So obviously you never gonna see your soul when you strung on this material world. What's one thing everybody caught up in today, y'all think, man?
Money.
sex.
Entertainment. Sex, drugs, and entertainment. SDE.
And the main time you go to for work, the main time you try to go get money, you go to work. So that's the one thing that's on your mind all the time is your job. Let it be a job you love or a job that you hate. Why is material success so infatuated with though? Like, why it can't be something that's intertwined with the soul?
I would say the reason why is because the if you only taught about one level of life, I guess when we started this conversation before we went live, Debree was saying how if he was in a different family, and I was saying how I always wanted to be a preacher, and you were saying how your family always dealt with religion and shit like that, that we are people that go beyond the material world naturally, maybe ancestrally, but leave it up to us. Like if it was just us and our family and just what we was dealing with, that's all we know for real. Can't nobody teach you about nothing outside of the spiritual world. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, how could I tell you about a book I never read? And so for a lot of our families, they just never was able to perceive it. But it's the spiritual life is about the soul. Soul don't come from the family. So why do we care about the spiritual world and not the material world is more centered into who we are as individuals. You was muted. You was talking, AD.
Nah. I just unmute myself because honestly, too, what I highlighted is that we stuck into competition and we find it normal that we compete against each other.
I got a question.
Go ahead, brother.
How do you all feel about a spiritual being being in a relationship with a physical being and vice versa? And does that work?
I think it can work. Um, being that they can learn from each other on a certain level. You know what I mean? And I ain't saying like this is the end all be all type of thing, but just think about some of the people in our lives that are genuinely like, you know, a stand-up person, you know, but you know they're not spiritual. You get what I mean? Maybe, you know, a relative, you know, or a cousin, like, man, like keep doing that shit, man. You know what I mean? Those kind of people, you know, but I'm gonna be over here in the streets, you know. I don't know if you meant just relationships in general or like romantic, but I think as long as it's some type of exchange where you're learning, because I do think there's a such thing as being overly spiritual, you know, and absolutely overly physical. Um, because I think sometimes people can help you enjoy life because you did come here for some reason as a spiritual person. You came here for a reason and you trying to figure that out. So I think it'll be kind of, even though you don't remember your existence before you manifest it as whoever you are, it's still hypocritical for you to just be like, man, fuck the physical world, man. You know what I mean? These people sleep. They dumb, deaf, and blind to be like that about people. Because on one end, it's like, damn, you gonna shit on nature? Nature physical. But to answer your question though, I think it can work out um in a productive way where both people are learning from each other. You know, maybe the physical person is learning how they can lighten their heart, you know, how they can approach things and deal with things a lot more smoother, you know, use like astrological terms, how to deal with trines, you know what I mean? How to understand when they dealing with a square type of situation. Um yeah, because it's kind of like, you know, when we was watching Siegfried and L yesterday, this is the realm of duality. You know, this is the realm of spirit and physical, you know, and they're meant to be at odds, just like the serpent and the woman. You know, she gonna step on his head, he gonna bite her heel. You know, just like Israel means to wrestle with God. Man will wrestle with God. Um, so I absolutely think it can work.
It just make me think about spirit in the flesh. How spirit outside of the flesh is nothing. You gotta kind of understand, you know. That's why I would rather deal with a hood rat than a goody two shoes. Just me personally, you know, on some real live 100 stuff. If I have to choose, oh man, give me LaQuisha from down the street, man. I know what I can. I know what to. I know how to handle that. But it's
Yeah, I
just
know
like,
what I'm working with.
yeah, I know. Like my wisdom tells me, like I may have thought LaQuisha was the bottom of the totem pole, but you know what I'm saying. You just might need that because it might be the yin and yang that you need. I mean, I feel like our ideas of what we think we need, that might be the devil.
Yeah.
Greatest evil of all time. Like
Yeah.
the assumption of what you think you need, and then God come right knocking on your door every single day, and you be like, "No, you not my type. No, you too short. No, you don't got enough money. No,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?" They'll be like, "Well," and then you would get to the afterlife, and you be like, "God, where were you? Remember, I was too short. Remember, I didn't have enough money. Remember, I had some dirt on my Air Force Ones. You didn't want to even deal with me." And so for me, I just like I can live in that truth and still have my way because I understand the spiritual nature is like it might be some tough times. Like it might be some points where you have to motherfucking clench your motherfucking teeth and grit and bear through it. And it might even be like that's the path of the spiritual warrior to have to know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, it can definitely work. I think that's the only way it do work when you get soft and hard, light and dark, spirit physical. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hood rat, normal person. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's just how it worked. Y'all seen Baps?
Yeah.
I seen Pretty Woman.
Y'all seen Pretty Woman? Y'all seen every movie ever put out?
Mm-hmm.
He's Out of Your League.
Mm-hmm.
That's might be my favorite Halle Berry movie. I was a kid, like, man, I like her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, she put a spell on me one time. I took some mushrooms and Boomerang came on. It seemed like she was the most prettiest girl I ever did see. I was like, God damn.
Yeah,
Why is she so
yeah.
goddamn pretty?
Yep.
What say you, AD?
See, after listening to the brothers, of course my answer's gonna change. But at first, I was saying like you lose your soul in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a physical being with a spiritual, but it's like at the end of the day, you need that mergence. But my thought is where it's like a person being lost because it's like you have a spiritual person who meet this other person and then they get thrown off their path. But it's just like then if that person gets thrown off their path and lost their way because someone else, was they really on their path? Or they just got distracted?
You ever like stood up to a girl where she been like, all right, I want to go do this and I want to do this, and be like, no, we ain't doing that shit. And she be like, okay, daddy, all right, I'll just go home. It's cool. That's kind of how life is. You know how Nas say life is a bitch? Yeah, sometimes you gotta be like, you feel like life is beating your ass. You gotta kind of look at it like, no, it ain't, bitch. We doing good out here. These motherfuckers. You making progress, ho.
You gotta give your consciousness the 52 fake out.
Yeah.
I don't know what movie it's from, but or a song, but he said my uncle said life is a bitch and you make it yours.
You got to, man. You got to, man. You gotta understand. It's not main character syndrome. It's like if niggas gave you your ass to kiss, what did they expect you to do?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is y'all in the Illuminati? Did they accept y'all in the secret clubs? Are y'all part of the CIA? We on the outside looking in.
Word.
You gotta cultivate your soul. That's your only option, bro. And I was like trying to figure it out for the black person. Like, what the fuck? I seen us getting our ass kicked for a long time. So I'm like, damn, what can I talk about? What can I do? It's like, yeah, cultivate that soul, but you cultivate it through initiation. You seek out initiation. And let's talk about initiation. It's not easy. It's not, oh yeah, spiritual miracle. I'm floating on cloud nine now. Like, no, the Egyptian mystery school have you simulate death for 3 days in a coffin.
Yep.
Like you're about to die.
Yep.
niggas be mad that they gotta, figure out their finances or some shit. Like, I got a budget.
In Tibet for tantra, they make you sleep in a coffin with a dead body for a week. You know what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
So if I'm going to answer my own question, I will have to say the first thing I think about when I pose that question and listening to you brothers speak is the understanding of what really equally yoked means. So I think people have this mistaken understanding of what equally yoked means. And for some people, it means, because if I have a lot of money and I'm a boss, then I need a boss and I need somebody else with a lot of money. That's not equally yoked. Equally yoked is not where somebody you're partnering with has the same things to offer that you have to offer. No, equally yoked means your partner has to have the things that you don't have. So if you're a spiritual being, then you probably do need a more physical being to be a partner with, because there are going to be things that you are just not going to be able to see that your partner is going to be able to see. And if you're two halves of one whole, if you're both two halves of one whole, then she is or he is supposed to be good where you're not good at. You are supposed to be good where she or he is not good at. That is the only way equally yoked even works. So if I'm thinking about it just from that aspect, I think I need to backtrack just a small bit and say, like, I don't want people to get the idea or the mistaken impression from my article that I'm saying that a physical man is a bad person or a physical being is a bad thing. No. The whole purpose of the article was to highlight the differences between the two. However, the two still need to coexist. There is no such thing as a purely physical being alone on this earth. There's no such thing as a purely spiritual being alone on this earth. The only way both beings are able to coexist is if they can feed off of one another. And so I think too much spirituality is not a good thing. I think we already have seen that too much physicality is not so much a good thing. But I think being honest about that shit is also paramount. I think knowing what your intentions are and where you're lacking in your particular being, I think that is very important. But I also think it's important for you to acknowledge where you need help at. That's my thing.
Ashe. And when you think about it, man, on a deep level, on a spiritual thought, you don't understand how many spirits want a body. You don't understand how blessed you are to have a body. You know what I'm saying? So for your body to have your soul, and for you to have your living breath, that's a part of you being a spiritual being.
Is somebody in the hospital?
What?
That's not mine.
Yeah.
I ain't got
It
shit
sound like
going on over here.
In the middle of a hospital room, like, hey, we need some 4 cc's. Medics clear. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I feel like it would be very important if we understood this from a spiritual perspective. Because, like, imagine if we're not even caring about this concept when we trying to be in a relationship. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I'll be watching the balloon pop shows. I'll be all in the mix of little shit that be going on the internet. And when it comes down to what you looking for in a relationship, I don't think I ever heard a motherfucker say equally yoked. But equally yoked is used to describe a good marriage. And it make a lot of sense because, sometimes I would tell you 80% of the time a girl is unhappy in a relationship and she wants you to do everything for her ass. And you be like, how you doing, babe? She'd be like, I would be doing better if you bought me a Birkin and took me to Paris and took me to Tahiti and bought me a fucking 5-star restaurant and bought me a goddamn Mercedes and we moved out this house and we goddamn, I would be happy if you did a whole bunch of more extra shit, my nigga, but I'm good, I guess, nigga. What the fuck? What type of question is that? How you just gonna ask me how I'm doing and we ain't booked no flight? We ain't did shit for real, and you just ask me how I'm doing. And I'm on Instagram, and the baddies is getting took on trips. So what you trying to say? I'm not a baddie? Wait a second. Don't get mad. You asked me how I was doing. I'm feeling unappreciated, nigga. Like what? What? You know, so it'd be like
that's like saying like. Since all these kings on the internet talking about how they get woke up out they sleep with head. Well, I don't get woke up on my sleep with head. I thought you love and respect me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but when your girl got the emotions, there's no reverse card. That's the king of the relationship, how she feels. So it'd be like equally yoked. Woo. I wish that was a thing that was like, I wish like back to what we said before the live. I wish my parents believed in God so deeply. Like I wish I knew the truth of it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole
I mean,
amount
a lot of people be jumping back and forth in these relationships, man.
But
Like,
that's the issue right there, though. That's where
What
this
was
shit.
that question?
Who's really taking the whole amount of necessary time to heal before they try to snag someone? No, that's why these kids is demonic.
Right there.
That's why ain't nobody taking care of the kids, because nobody healing. Everybody broken for real.
Yeah, everybody find out that they gotta heal after they been through some preventable shit.
For real.
Be suffering.
But also, I think this concept that you need to heal before you do anything is probably the biggest issue, because there's no one that is 1,000% fully healed.
Right.
So with you saying that could take decades, like the idea that it's going to take too long for you to heal, so you're just going to cut that short and jump into something. What?
But let's just break it down. We need to heal psychologically. What is psychologically? The soul. Are we like it could take 10 minutes? I've had breakthroughs in a 3-card reading. I pulled a goddamn 6 of Cups with the 3 of Swords with the 7 of Swords, or the goddamn King of Pentacles. Why are you overextending yourself in your relationship? How'd you know? I don't know. I'm just reading the cards. When your soul is ready to talk to you, like, man, I didn't even realize that it could be a thing 8 fucking years later in this shit. Like, oh yeah, still doing the same shit. It's not nobody but your soul that's willing to bring you out of this shit immediately, yesterday. It's not going to take decades. But at the same time, if we're not going to look at this thing psychologically, what do they call soul music? That's black music. So we are the people of the soul. When they say, soul, you're talking about an energy of black people, but we can't really
tap into that
and cultivate it and bring it to the forefront, because niggas say, oh, this conversation is weird, y'all too spiritual, ain't nobody trying to heal. Like, man, I was crying in the rain today. What the fuck? I mean, you never know. You know what I'm saying? It's that mentality that I would challenge. Like a motherfucker, like I would challenge, like the mind is all, you know, and the right type of information, the right type of ritual, the right type of peace, the right type of relaxation of the parasympathetic system on a continuous basis. Ain't no way that your life ain't going to change for the better. And it don't take decades. It take 21 days. Whenever you want to adopt a habit, 21 days. It don't matter. Peace of mind, 21 days.
21 days to reprogram yourself.
21 days. Like it's basic. It's basic mathematics. It's not a decade. thing. It's just, are you willing to understand the power of your soul?
And I would say that if that's the mindset, then you 1000% right. I just have a different mindset. And if you're not, like Big Bro said, going to look at this thing on a psychological level, then why do it? Because everything else is just surface. And if you're just going to look at it on the surface level, then you're just going to get the same shit that you've been getting this whole time anyway.
The whole fucking time, bro.
The whole time. So we're talking
Since
about
the
going
80s.
in. Yeah, we're
Since
talking
the
about going in. We're talking about going in here, not out here, in here. You know, your perception of what's going on out there has everything to do with what's going on in here.
I'm telling you, man, because it's like, so like, you know, if you tune into your inner self, I promise you, man, you'll get woken off your sleep with that. You know what I'm saying? But until until it's not happening, it won't happen. You might go to sleep into your subconscious mind and program that, and boom, you waking up. Yeah, don't.
Can a spiritual man be friends with a physical woman? Asking for a friend.
You can't really be
asking for a friend.
You can't really be friends with adults because there are things that we need from each other. So I would say, like, we could be associates, we can be work buddies, things of that nature. But like, I don't feel like we got time as Black men to have that much of a social life where we just kind of hanging out and not progress. Like, I feel like we have to progress. We have to dig deep. We have to dig deeper because the world, as a Black man, is not going to give us any corners to cut. And if we haven't reached the levels that we know we need to reach in life, we always got work to do. So when you say friend, that connotates to me somebody that I can like shoot the shit with. And I don't think, me personally, I don't think no man have any space for that.
Why, Big Bro? Why?
Like I just said, we got shit to do. Like if it's a woman that's my friend, like I would rather you work with me because we could be working together than going to have a drink, talking about your life, talking about my life. I'm talking about my girl.
He did this. She did that.
Nigga. Yeah, like that ain't nothing that no man need. No man needs that. He ain't gonna help him in no way, shape, or form in reference to his purpose or destiny.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I feel. If you're a spiritual man too, you got a lot of work to do to, you know what I'm saying? That healing work that like we don't heal all of our triggers, but we do progress in our spiritual development that when our triggers do occur, we recognize them and we don't even have them affect us in a way that we would do if we didn't address it in the form of long-term healing. What people don't understand is that there is a lot of transformation that can take place when you realize who you are at a spiritual level. A doctor can only treat a disease. Nothing in the doctor's bylaws is for him to heal you. So, whose responsibility is it to heal every single person that exists in this world?
Look in the mirror.
Themselves. There is no place where you can go get healed at. So if we don't take it upon ourselves, guess what? We have a large percentage of the population that go to the doctor, that treat their diseases and symptoms and get regular checkups. But where do people go to get healed? There is no place to go. We are the healers that we have been born into. But this is the science and this is the study of the soul. This is true psychology. So it's easy to get into healthy relationships when you understand who you are. If you don't understand who you are, then you looking for a big booty or a comfortable conversation. And it's like, man, you like when you a spiritual man, that shit don't even matter. Like it don't matter what, like, you know, when you in your purpose, when you in your alignment, you going to be seen, and that girl is going to see you on a daily basis, see how you live, and she gonna want to be a part of the program. She gonna be like, let me slide in, let me fit in what you got going on. You don't need to be friends with nobody. You just need to be on your purpose 24/7 as a man. Fuck everything else. If y'all tell me anything more important than your personal purpose as a man, I'll listen because I would like to know.
But she was looking like Judy Hood.
I don't care what she looked like. I don't care what she looked like. It's nothing about a person's looks that's going to pull me off course. I've seen baddies in the chat. Baddies in the chat. Baddies in the chat.
One more time for the chat.
Cash App.
In the chat, bro. Crazy dimes. Don't care. Don't give a fuck.
Shit. Don't give a shit.
I need to play that real Rob talking about.
No, I want you to answer that question, young blood.
Well, oh man, it's really what Hood said. You gotta really work with them. Because the reason why I say that, man, because I'm always be honest. I'm always let them know that, you know, like the enemy gonna always want to get active. Like I'm gonna be real. Like I'm real like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna play no games and lie like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if we not really like, if you're not helping me like grow the Lions mane and stuff and do the business with me, it's just like all we doing is creating up time to kick it. And then really what a lot of guys don't know is that you really that buffer for them when they lonely, when that guy not answering. Like you'll be surprised how you low key that personal boyfriend and you just never see because you know you just that great friend. You know what I'm saying? Even if you play Spider-Man Miles Morales, that best friend he was with, what happens? He ended up getting with her trying to crack. Then she found out he was for the opposite side, still wanted to be, you know what I'm saying, getting set up. So it's just like you gotta see how that's a downfall. You know what I'm saying? So if you got female friends and they helping you live your best purpose, then okay. But if you know you got female friends, you want to bust them down, you wait your turn, you know what you're doing.
That gotta be the craziest shit. She with the ops. She want to take you out, like not in a good way, in the worst way possible, and you still want to crack. And then people want to get on George Bush's internet and be like, women love harder than men. Like, come on, y'all will never, like, bro, she wanted to kill this nigga, man. She didn't have no love, and he's still trying to make it work. That's a nigga for you, man. Like, come on, y'all gotta relax, bro. What type of narrative?
Oh man!
After she gets you set up to get killed, like, just start looking for another one, homie. You can go through different multi-time places. Like, come on, man. You can, like, come on, man. You can't tell me it's not in a quantum reality another chick for you, man. Come on, man.
Because you know what's crazy is like a lot of dudes nowadays they get it like that's all the these people talk about say they send a chick after them, and then that's like they Mona Lisa so many niggas, bro. It's a real thing,
man. That's the oldest trick in the book. Yeah. You know what's the oldest trick in the book? The gangsters back in the day, the Bloods and the Crips, like just every time, bro. It's like, bro. That's why I'm not gonna be no gangster, and I'm not going to just be like on some chick like, "Hey, big boy." Like, no, I watch too many movies now, sis. It's a wrap. You can be sincere and everything. You used to. You was too friendly. I thought you was trying to set me up. Like you, like, that's just how this shit working now.
Watch. The niggas that watch the last few lives gonna be like, so a man doesn't want a good woman.
You just never know, man.
Listen,
Like,
man, I'm from Brooklyn. They rock niggas to sleep in Brooklyn. They'll tell you everything you want to hear, and then when you wake up naked in the bed with guns in your face, then it's a different story, right? Like, nah, I'm Gucci.
Hey,
we've all heard the story.
Shout out to the Locks. Go listen to Bitches from Eastwick.
Yes,
Bitches from Eastwick. Go listen to that song.
Or you can go back to the original with Mobb Deep.
Oh, More Trife Life. More Trife Life.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you from the Detroit, listening to Bylug and she a setup chick. What's the not Team Eastside, but I can't even think right now. But Detroit Boys got a song. Payroll Giovanni got a song called "She a Setup Chick." You know, that's probably every city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just a normal way
it's
of
a normal thing.
Yeah, so
because I know a story, man, where somebody they was trying to get. See, look, man, like this is where we fall down at. See, we don't know. See, as a spiritual man and spiritual being, when you get horny, see, you might think it's time for you to crack some, but that's really your soul trying to tell you. So it's like trying to tell you to tap in. So if you don't understand that, you're gonna be out here searching for cracks. You're gonna try and find a chick on Facebook. You hit her up. She like, yeah, what's up? And then she gonna be like, I'm trying to pull up, but I need a little money for gas. So you're gonna cash app her. Next thing she gonna have your cash app. And she gonna set you up. Then all you know is her dude gonna be like, hey, you got my girl money. She told me you played her, do. And somehow, since you gave her your address to pull up them niggas at your career with sticks.
let's double back though. When you're
only horny because a demon has an appetite.
That's what I'm saying. When you're a spiritual man in real life, it's like you walk into a door and the options are there. And you like, I want her. And you start building a relationship with her in a 5D. And when you see her in a 3D, it's almost like a match made in heaven. And it ain't no trouble. It ain't no drama. It's everything you want it to be because the physical have no access to the spiritual. And so the physical have no idea how easy it is for you to manifest what, like, I don't know. In the Bible, a man had all types of wives and it wasn't a sin. You understand? And even deeper, like some people would be like, I ain't into that. But for the right man, any girl will share you. Like if you the right man, we just talked about Cam Newton in our last video. The internet is mad. You know who not complaining? His baby fucking mamas. They ain't said shit. So that's real. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times with men, we don't realize how easy it is for us to be with a woman that loves us and adores us because we haven't climbed up those chakras and opened up our third eye. And I tell you, anytime it's been a relationship in the 5D, way before it was a relationship in the 3D, but the 3D is like, damn, I feel like I just know you for lifetimes. We have, because there's no time and space in the 5 dimension. We can simulate 1,000 years in the future and say, oh, this shit is dope. Yeah, let's manifest in the 3D. All right, I'm gonna be that fat booty bitch at the Starbucks. I'm gonna order a frappuccino, and you're gonna walk behind and say, no, I got it. And I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, you do? Oh, you got money, and I'm gonna get your number. Just happily ever after. It works like that on the spiritual level. So it ain't no drama. It ain't no issue. So a lot of shit that niggas talk about on the internet is physical man shit, boxed in limitation shit. We should be able to introduce a player way into living in a life that you want. You know what I'm saying? Not it ain't struggle on the spiritual man side.
What say you, Breezy?
What was the question again?
Can a spiritual man be friends with a physical woman?
I think
you know?
I think so. I think if that was the case, say y'all yoked, right? Y'all friends. I think that
Hold up, we got yoke friends too? Oh shit.
Well,
Okay,
I'm just
go ahead.
analogy. Y'all friends, y'all yoked, right? Since men and women can't be friends. But look, so I think that a physical woman would that yoke would instantly just disintegrate. I don't think she would be able to. It's kind of like Israel at the bottom of Mount Sinai. And it was a part where they told Moses, like, please tell Yahweh to stop talking because we gonna die. It's either gonna be that or she's gonna be like a fly running into a flame. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be something that you do, I think, that's just gonna make her so fucking frustrated. Like, man, yeah, you just gonna be a hotep nigga to her, and it's a wrap. So I don't think so, no. Unless you giving her a reading. Unless you telling her about some womb things or some herbs,
some altar work.
Yeah, unless you doing something that's like of value in that sense. You get what I mean? Like, I don't think.
So could y'all be friends if you were teaching her how to be spiritual? Is that what you're telling me?
No, because I think that'll still. I mean, well, you know how some people get down. You know how it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this until I can smack, right? Like,
yeah, you know how that is. But I would say, but even then, that ain't no friendship.
You gonna leave your stomach?
Hey, no, like it's funny because me and my girl be laughing at this when women be going to get them quote unquote massages, and the dude just be straight up naked with baby oil. You know
yes.
what I mean?
Yes. Listen,
so
if
I don't
got a woman
so,
that get a massage, nigga, it's over, nigga. Like, you should
leave
now.
You gonna leave no stomach?
Leave now, okay?
You got LeBron James with a tank top on. Got his elbow at the back of her thigh.
He dropping dick off.
Yeah, but I would say overall nah, because it's. I mean, like you already said, it's just not gonna work. Like, what am I doing? You know, it's a waste of my time. You know, I think, and just generally speaking with just physical people, unless you talk to them about herbs, you know what I mean? You kicking some information about astrology that they haven't heard before, or you giving them a different perspective on like Kemet or Yoruba, you know what I mean? Or, you know, the ancient the Mississippi mound builders here in America and things like that. You get what I'm saying? I think that's all a spiritual person has to offer, you know, a physical person, or just some type of demonstration. You get what I mean? Because I'm sure everybody on this panel right now done had somebody say, like, damn, bro, like, give me something to read. You know what I mean? I got a good friend, you know, I just sent them the Kabbalah. You get what I'm saying? And we, you know, we talk about that and things of that nature. But like, no, I don't think it's no point of just being old buddy, old pal on the phone. What you doing? What you doing? Like, that ain't. Come on, man. Like, that's not. I'd rather wash dishes, man.
Dishes? What?
Find something productive to do. Shit.
Yeah,
It's a lot of shit to do. Mow the lawn, something. What the fuck?
yeah. And I think for somebody, you know, quote unquote, to call themselves spiritual, to just be just shooting the shit constantly, you know, I think you're doing your own self, that you're doing people and your own self a disservice, because it's kind of like you kind of know better, you know, and you could be helping this person, you know, because you know when you talk to people tell you about their problems without saying it, you know. It's
Yeah.
easy to just be like, hey, let me get my tarot cards out real quick, or you know what I mean, like watch this this clip from the sacral chakra class from Chakra Nova or something like that, you know what I mean, like. But I feel like that's how I am with a lot of people that I know, just associates, friends, family, just like what's going on, you know what I mean, what's going on, what you doing, what you, that kind of thing. If that
So
answers
this
your
my
question,
question.
long-winded.
No, you good. You answered it, bro. So this is my question to the guys. So what about friends with benefits?
What you mean by that? What's that? I went to public school. Hold on, let me look at
I only made it to junior high, bro. Tell me what that mean, bro.
it. Sound like a piece of clothing. Hold on, French. What's that?
Friends.
Oh, friends. Like
Oh, you
Friends with
said
benefits.
fringe.
Yeah, friends with
yeah,
benefits.
fringe benefits.
Nah, friends with benefits.
Shit, what is fringe benefits though?
Yeah, that's what I was like. What's that? I never heard of that.
Look them both up.
Also known as employee benefits or perks, a form of compensation that employers give employees in addition to their regular wages or salaries. I would take fringe benefits. Now, friends with business benefits can go to hell. What the fuck? Like, we grown, man. What the hell? What is friends with benefits, though? What's the definition? Oh my God. A friend with whom has an occasional casual. See, we can't do this because if she get married one day, it's going to be you in the back of her head that was like, I remember one time I was making love to this girl and she started crying. I don't even know that girl's name. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know her name, bro. So it's like, bro, what are we doing? We can't live like this.
You gonna be like Carl Thomas.
I wish I never met her. Like,
so we can't do the shy then. And if I
See, that's that New York shit, man. That's
all right. My bad.
What the fuck was them niggas even saying though? Them niggas was just harmonizing so good. Them niggas could have been talking about a bat falling out of a tree.
Hey,
the niggas could have talked about
still been
milk
a
crates and shit like that. It wouldn't have mattered.
Hey, go on YouTube and listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony song called "Shoot 'Em Up." That song is so peaceful and chill, but they literally talking about killing people, shooting niggas up.
Man, music is amazing. That sound like goddamn Andre 3000. Hey, y'all, it's really a depressing ass song. You don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I second or third or fourth that, like, friends with benefits. That shit could go to hell, bro. That shit could go to hell.
Hey, you believe in that?
There is
friend. You know, just making sure we.
It's like an oxymoron. There's no benefit to that.
Nah, that shit is ruined. That shit ruined life. Casual sex ruined lives. It ruined relationships. It ruined marriages. It's the reason why your girlfriend don't even say your dick is good for real. Because of casual sex. She'd be like, it's all right, babe.
Some big ones hurt. I like how you
at least you don't got one of them big ones because I really couldn't handle all of that meat. Like, what?
Yeah, it hurts when I get hit from the back, but with you, you know, it makes it durable. You know?
Y'all don't understand.
If she hit you with the you did the best you could, baby. It's okay.
I mean, you tried. Like, what?
Look,
was
you had the
trying.
window open. I understand. Like, he caught a draft on your back, and I understand, baby. It's not your fault. It happens to everybody.
It happens to the best of them. Look, I like your size. What? What do you mean?
I mean,
Your
it
size is perfect.
it doesn't
for me.
bother
Your
me when
size
it
is
falls out,
perfect.
but like it's a
Pause.
fact.
Right.
Pause.
Man,
Yeah, man. Hey,
fuck
if you
that.
hearing that, man, hey, it's okay. Just
Take a
just
step
don't go back. Don't
It's
go
okay
back.
to not be okay. Like, in that
Yeah,
instance, it's okay to
yeah.
not be okay, bro. Just
Don't
pack
go
your shit,
back.
bro.
Go ahead and journal. Go ahead and heal yourself
Yeah, just pack your shit, bro. It's okay.
because something happened. Your spirit wanted that situation to happen to bring whatever emotions that was in you out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you could really deal with it in a real way. Cause you know, it could be another dude where she say something like that. He'd be like, bitch, I don't care. I
Right.
already know what I'm working with. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right.
or you know, she say that, you be like, yeah, turn over.
And the crazy thing is, she'll treat the dude that like her, like how the dude treat her that don't like her. Like it's crazy. It's like the one that's giving you the time and attention, you being a jerk to, but the one that's beating your guts out, don't talk to you, that's the one you want.
Nah, that's just the most cluck shit ever to me in life.
We
Yeah.
gotta think about
But
the
it happens a lot.
Yeah.
that stark comparison from being such a
happens a
nice
lot.
girl to wanting a nigga to dominate you. We got to talk about that.
I think like we've forsaken the part of life where a human can really bind to one another at a sexual level, and how the hormones get so disrupted through casual sex, social media applications. Like if guys, like, I just think about it like this: if you could get pussy every single day, the type of pussy that you wanted to get from the type of girl that you wanted to fuck, and they'd be like, "Hey, Ra, I want to come and fuck you. I'll be there at 2," and then you could get another bitch at 5. A lot of men would take advantage of that particular thing. I would go so far to say that maybe dick is better than pussy. So if you reverse it, how is a girl going to have the emotional and mental and physical defenses not to partake in dick? So when you talk about these particular constructs, and tell you, it only really affect black people, like just on a massive level. It might be some thotty white girls from here and there, but niggas is not getting the trust fund babes. We not getting the majority of white girls. We only, like, it's something in our black culture that normalize this over sexualized casual sex, boyfriend, girlfriend. Oh, I'm a crack. I want, like, we feed into this shit way too much that when it then double backs to trying to have a successful relationship, y'all just look like dumbasses.
And
Like,
it's
I'm
like
like, I
you
think it's
go
gonna work. Like, bitch, how?
because
When?
look,
We
man,
haven't
you
even
gonna get people who care about you and that's gonna tell you the truth, and they gonna let you know that your soulmate is like right now getting digging her stomach.
like
You know what I'm saying?
tonight, bro. She probably, man, it's treacherous out here,
Yeah,
man.
but like
Everybody-
also with
Mhm.
that being said, it's like you build up a shadow behind like having a mate, sex, relationships, bonding with somebody. You build such a huge shadow behind it to where like say you really do get the quote unquote right person or a really good match per se, for lack of better words, and you don't even know how to maneuver. You know what I mean? Because you done watch so much stuff on the internet or absorb so many ideas and all this kind of crazy kinky porn shit, and now it's just like you don't even know what you get. What I'm saying, you don't even know what you have. You know what I mean? Like
It's very easy to lose yourself in that abyss and not even know what the
yeah,
hell you even like. Like, what the
Man,
hell
you gonna be on
want?
sex sites.
Yeah, like,
You
it's
gonna
very
be
easy.
on all types of shit, man.
and I think that happens to people when like people be like, damn man, he had a beautiful wife, a beautiful family. You know what I mean? They both successful, and you know, but
Although
they get caught up in that in the world. You know, they get caught up in glamour.
Mhm. Eventually, somebody wants either some pussy or somebody wants some dick, and they willing to take the L because it's been too many baby mamas that didn't ever say, I'm gonna just be locked in with my baby father because we got a kid together and I ain't gonna be even. They be with the shits. They be trying to figure out where their next little boyfriend situation is
Right.
gonna occur.
Right. Yeah.
They be trying to figure that point out. So let's not even act like this shit is even real to us no more. Like we just doing whatever the fuck we want to do, and we get whatever the fuck we getting in return for that. If we want to have some type of order, like the rest of the motherfucking world, like the rest of the civilized world, they got some order and structure in how they relate. And the people that's on some fucking creepy, nasty shit, they either getting excommunicated and they getting shamed into not doing that shit. But we more or less like, go girl, or you living in your truth, and that's what's so normalized. But bro, this shit is getting nasty. Like this shit
Yeah.
is nasty.
Yeah. It's I mean it's the view of polarity. You know what I mean? Like we operate in such an extreme polarity. Well, we hardly ever meet on anything. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And then when we do meet, it's not the right structure for us to create. You know what I mean? And
Well,
move
when we
forward.
do, it's under conditions. That shit is all conditional.
Right. It's all, yeah, exactly. And then, you know, ultimately people go back to their ways.
Eventually.
Yeah. Cause it's just, you know, and that's why I always say, like, man, just you find somebody, put your best foot forward. See what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
If it don't work out, it don't work out, man.
But did you do your big one in this relationship? Like, was you at the gym? Was you like making
Right.
sure you was the best
Doing,
version of yourself
yeah.
That's
in
it.
this paradigm?
That's
Put
it.
your
Right
best
there.
foot forward.
That's it right there.
Put your best
Because if
foot
that's
forward.
happening, I post that shit on my Facebook all the time. Why would a man or a woman leave an amazing person? Like
Mm-hmm.
niggas be feeling down on their luck, girls be having the low energy, and that be opening up the demonic entities. And if the demonic entity take control of your vessel, that relationship don't matter. You going to fulfill that other side. And it's like duality, yes, you know, but the duality, it has to have some structure and order to it, so we can even begin to recognize like how we even expressing it in our lives. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what does it look like for us
Mm-hmm.
to express our masculine and feminine principles in this moment?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
When when the Israelites first made it out of Egypt and they were done with all, you know, the pagan worship and doing what the Egyptians did, um, the Ten Commandments, they were based on, and it was 10 main commandments. Moses gave them about 53 different commandments in total. And most of it was based on morality. Once you leave out of, you know, I guess bondage of your desires, first you gotta reestablish morality before you can move forward with anything remotely spiritual, you know, because you can be Lord Voldemort, you know what I mean? For lack of better words. If you don't have any morality and you practicing spirituality, because you're just gonna use spirituality to, you know, perpetuate lust, um, jealousy, rage, and all these other things, killing. So I'm saying this to say that like you gotta it starts with like morality before you can move forward, you know, and then
100%.
revisiting it, you know,
And it's
revisiting.
personal. It's personal morality,
Yeah.
not outer morality. Like
Yeah.
Motherfuckers try to police other people into morality when they shit ain't right and exact.
Because morality isn't opinion. You know what I mean? It's not preference. You get what I'm saying? Morality is across the board. And that's the problem. It's not something that people can be singular on. You know, everybody's like, well, you know, if this and this and this, then it should be okay. No. If it's okay for everybody. If it's not okay for anybody. And then from there, you know, after they was getting the 10 Commandments, you know, they ultimately broke them. They ultimately broke them to the point where Moses was like, man, I'm sick of this shit. And he broke the 10 Commandments. He was up on the mountain getting the commandments. The guy like, yeah, I should just smite all these people. I should just get rid of these heathens. You know what I mean? Just start over again.
Start over, right? That nigga like, let's just start over.
And Moses is like, please, dog, I got you. And Moses came back down from the mountain, Mount Sinai, and he's like, man, I just, you know, put my neck out for y'all. You know what I mean? And y'all on this bullshit, you know, practicing idolatry and all kind of just crazy shit, just goofy shit. You know what I mean? Like after you've seen, you know, countless miracles, you know what I mean? You still go back to heathen-like ways. But it's just a process, you know what I mean? You gotta understand, like after you spend so much time getting the physical to do these certain things and being in the physical, you got to give yourself a chance to actually work your way out of it. You know what I mean? You can't, once you learn about spirituality, you can't be like, oh, the physical don't have no more hold on me. You get what I'm saying? Because the things that you used to do, you still gonna have an urge to do them. But it's only when you do get some type of knowledge itself that you understand like your real reason for being here. You get what I'm saying? And you can let those things, you know, be what they are and not have to partake in it, because I got some shit that I gotta take care of.
Ashe. So something in my inner being was telling me to go grab it. So I went to go grab it, and I'm talking about the cards. I had did a little pull while we was rapping, and just to like really hear this energy we was rapping to. And this is the card that came to me, the 8 of Wands. And it's like, I want you guys to understand that we are dealing with we're dealing with mercurial energy. So I need you to understand that you might have some miscommunication within your thoughts, with your ideals, with others. But this is a time for you to really ground that and hone that, because you might meet this person and you probably might not really communicate with them. You probably might not really speak up with them. So this is the time that before you meet this person, you ground yourself and you know what you need, you know what you want for yourself from a spiritual deep essence. Because we're dealing with wands. So we need to go to source. And we need to ground, because this is on a low aspect of the tree of life. So we're dealing with our intellectual mind. So I need you to understand that if you want good outcomes, you got to make sure they are grounded. We got to plan it out, because this is the deacon of Sagittarius we are in. So if you don't have no true intentions, just expect it to go all over the place. Be intentionist when you meet this person. Be intentionist for all the people around you. And I promise you the outcomes will be beautiful. Family, what you thinking on this card?
It's kind of like you see the rainbow, so that's the covenant with your soul. The fire card represents intuition, and what really stands out is all the directions that that the wands are pointing into. I think to me, it speaks to like your soul got every base covered. You know what I mean? You really just gotta listen. And Sagittarius representing, searching for like the meaning of life, having a deeper understanding of spirituality, understanding that the limitations that you have are the ones that you agreed upon. And it's up to you to figure out why you keep agreeing upon those things. And when I say agree upon things, it's not just, yes, I want this, no, I don't want that. You consent to certain things in life, certain situations, or attract certain things through your actions. The way that you think, I feel like a mere thought can really be a consent for a certain experience. So I think it's important, like even because I've really been into like Orthodox Christianity really heavy, and I remember seeing something where like a saint has said something like the thought of it is the sin. It's not the action. You get what I mean? Like you should repent at the thoughts of certain things, not the actions, because that is just like Genesis chapter 1. You know what I mean? It's thought first. We said it's in the beginning of the lie. The mind is all. But that's just something to keep in mind, especially with the mercurial influence of the first deacon of Sagittarius, the mental energy in it.
Sure. Like if ever I pull this card, I just think about like chaos magic, because that's the chaos magic sigil right there. And then like Mercury, Sagittarius, when you put those planets together, it's almost like you have a direct line to the ancestrals. And sometimes when you talk about this type of stuff with people, the first thing they say is, I don't know how to do it, or I need a guru or a guide or somebody teach me how to do it because I didn't know how to do it. But this card represents like if you just do it, you did a great job. If you didn't do it, you did a horrible job. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to put up them shots. You got to practice. And whatever you do, making content, making products, whatever you doing, starting a business, is like, and then if you actually doing ritual chaos magic behind some shit, utilizing your chakras, the rainbow, like just really utilizing all of these elements, you are an unstoppable force, right? And the things that you desire, they come swiftly. And I was just watching a TikTok that was like, I didn't really watch all of it, but it was just basically saying how you can use your words for money. And I'm an advocate of that. I don't really talk unless it's money on the table, because if you watch Eddie Murphy 10,000 words, every word count. It's gonna be a point in time where you ain't even gonna be using these words. You know what I'm saying? Did you really think about monetizing yourself? Like, I just be wanting people to just think very deeply and get to a very intentional space where they just know is what they supposed to be doing. And that's what, this card represents to me, that deep inner knowing tied through with the action, ritual, all that, to make sure everything you do is going to be ultimately successful. Even if it's just a podcast episode, you like, oh, it's just a regular podcast. No, nigga, this is the one. You know what I'm saying? Like, put the energy behind it.
That is, excuse me, that is upright, right? That's not upside down, correct?
Yeah, it's upright because if it was upside down, that rainbow would be upside down.
All right, so I think it's an advancement of the 7, right? So
Yeah.
it's out with the old, in with the new. Perhaps important news will be coming your way. Maybe an experience or a sudden, steady, positive growth. I mean, shit, that shit fits me perfectly right now. The only thing I'm focused on is spiritual development in my business. Like I think it fits perfectly. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with anything outside of those two things. So like I think it fits perfectly.
Actually, that's fire, bro. Yeah, that's just something in me was telling me pull a card for the collective, so I just went ahead and did it.
Cash App.
Play that last
Email.
chat, AB.
Email.
Can you play that last video in the ideas chat?
Cash App.
Cash App.
Who the hell screaming Cash App? What the hell?
Man, you don't remember what that's from?
Yeah.
Cash App. Okay, yeah.
We was talking about the homie earlier. Yeah. That nigga be laying down in his bed talking about Cash App.
Oh, man. I see how you stepping, surfing. I see what you got me clicking on.
True or false? Can women choose to be a single mother?
What I am telling you, I am saying in the event that you are with child and you are in a circumstance where the man makes it very clear that he don't want a baby with you, and you decide to have the baby anyway, in that moment you have chose to be a single mother. And a lot of women complain about the men not being present because you chose to be a single mother. He already told you.
You know what I feel like isn't talked about a lot, though? A lot of times we talk about the women who want to have these children when the man says they don't. But I know way more women who were with men who made it seem like they wanted a family, they wanted to be happy. We're not those aren't the crazy part is we still get that same derogatory connotation from those.
So let's talk about. Let me reset the question then.
Okay.
True or false? Can a woman choose to be a single mother? Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Some women even do it all by themselves. They go to a bank.
To me, if you aren't married or anything like that, when you decide that you want to have that baby and you aren't married, you are deciding to be, in essence, a single mom.
No.
Because if you don't want to be a single mom, you can decide not to be a single mom.
What is your purpose on this planet?
Hold
Your
on,
purpose
Tahoe.
as a man is to protect and provide your family.
We get that, but that's not the question.
Is your family, regardless of what you say after she gets pregnant. That is your responsibility. You do not get to negate your role on this planet as a man and as a father. That is not a choice. She cannot choose that. I do not choose to walk away from my children. I do not choose to walk away from my offspring.
I agree.
That's who I am. It's what I'm here. I don't. But this clothing and cars and all that other shit, that's bullshit. You're here to raise your family.
Absolutely. And I agree with you. I became a father at 17. I agree with you 100%. But when we talking about the choice, if a woman solely can make the choice not to become a single mom when she figures out she's pregnant, she's got options, a few of them. Then hold on. Then she can absolutely choose to be a single mom. If she can choose not to be a single mom because she's not married. If she say, I'm not married and I don't want to have a kid, she can go and terminate. She can give it up for adoption. She can drop them off at the fire station. If she can make those decisions to not be a single mom, then in essence, she makes a decision to be a single mom.
Not own the fact that they make a choice too when they sleep with a woman without protection.
Absolutely, but it's not about them. This is about
that's your choice as a man.
This is about the woman.
But I think what he's saying, what his point is, I think what the overall objective, what he's trying to say is,
at the point of conception, at that point, let's say you rocking with a chick, all right, y'all cool, but this is your everyday, your every other week freaky link or whatever, right? Just slide, all right, cool. Yeah, you slide on shawty every so often, right? Okay, cool. But you now you didn't got comfortable, you start sliding raw. Y'all both know y'all just fucking. What he's saying is, in that moment, if that girl, you got to know who you fucking, and just you got to hit the right one raw, because if not, you're gonna be a papa.
See, bro, look, they having a conversation about
what the fuck, bro?
How can we?
That's the only thing I wanted. I swear to God, that's all I wanted was his reaction. I swear to God, this was planned. Go for it, brother.
Sound like they're just saying, like, how can we tiptoe around accountability while having casual sex?
Yeah, it's like all of this could be removed, like just in the like pull us down to 20% of thoughts. We need 80% of highly moral, upstanding people. Right? We can do 20% of thoughts, but we can't do the 80% of people just having casual sex. It's just
and you know the thing is
they really said that though. You gotta hit the right one raw. What?
You gotta know who you're fucking. Of course you gotta know that.
Yeah, that goes like, without saying. Like,
what? But let somebody like us in the crowd say something. Or they like, oh man, you sound crazy, nigga. Somebody should have stood up like, first of all, ain't none of y'all married. And all y'all need to be married to become my citizen. Like, oh, nigga, shut the fuck up. And then they get back to what they doing.
That's a fact. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because
on one hand, go ahead. Not to take the words. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say that I agree with like casual sex really just being like the tree roots under concrete or something. You know what I mean? It's just going to rupture everything.
Yeah, it's the foundation of all the fuckery.
Yeah.
Literally. You saying like that? The casual sex is the fruit of the poisonous tree.
Yes,
it is 1000% the fruit of the poisonous tree because you can get it because you can supposedly get it without consequence. You can supposedly get it without trying your hardest. You can supposedly get it without being your best. Shit, you could even get it without even being an actual proper gendered person, right? Like you could be a fake gendered person and still get it, right? Like
don't matter. Yeah,
it don't matter.
Man.
I just think back to Loaded Lux on this one. Isn't it evil to live backwards? Like what the fuck?
it makes me think about what is it, like Genesis 3 or 4 when it said that when Eve seen the fruit and it said something like she seen that it looked good. Before she ate the fruit,
how many times did you see something that look good?
Every fucking day.
And she just took a bite of it. She's like, well, it looked good.
See, a lot of people don't want to understand. Eve is the anagram. You niggas out here eating these. You know what? I'm gonna shut up.
You gonna get in trouble, nigga.
Yeah, no, and Eve ain't the shit on women. Is the nature of
I'm talking about these Negroes.
Yeah, it's the nature of the beast. It's not even about the woman. It's the nature of the beast. And Big Bro brought up that alarming stat the other day. What is it, like 80% of all melanated people's children is born out of wedlock?
Yeah.
70%?
Yeah.
70 to 80.
Like there's no how do you come back from something like that?
And trust me, before the internet, it been like this. So it's just a normal thing for Black culture. But we haven't even been getting to be able to talk about the remedy because you can have all of these think spaces and talk spaces, and it's always after the fact. Celibacy journey, you know, I'm healing journey,
Semen retention.
Yeah, semen retention.
But you doing all this stuff and you 48.
Yeah, it's like when you was 20, when you was hot to trot, like you wouldn't even thinking about it, but that's when the devil got you in full, like full throttle. You know what I mean? Like, it's all, and so you acted out this drama, and you live in all of this particular fucked up life, and all you would have ever had to do was not deal with dick. But since everybody and pussy at the same time, everybody, like, we thought we could be wise outside of the common wisdom, and that's just Eve eating the fruit. Yeah. We think like, it ain't gonna affect me. Man, that shit affects the fuck out of us. It affects the hell out of us. What you mean? So everybody is the exception to the rule when we talk about sex.
Especially if you put it in the realms of how a lot of us were programmed coming up, that YOLO lifestyle, you only live once, or I can justify myself.
You die anyway.
I could justify doing this tomfoolery shit because I'm young. I could figure it out later on. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's okay. Put my tongue to ass. You know, I'm just living, bro. I'm gonna find the one. I'm gonna stop. by time I'm like 29, 30, I'm gonna get out the streets. I'm gonna settle down.
I remember niggas toting the idea that they were the pull-out kings, right? Nah, son, I always pull out on time, son. Nah, son. What?
Dang, man.
You niggas don't know about pre-cum? What? No, let me stop, bro.
But it reminded me of that one song, man. I got a whole playlist for this episode. But you remember, I forget the group, but the song "Lost and Turned Out," that shit.
They gonna record that.
But look, it's like the world turned you out before you really know what you even got into. You know what I mean? And now, like in the words of Master P, now you got yourself caught up in some gangster shit. You know, bro, and now you just
raised off baby making music, bro. That's what we were raised off on.
If you think you know me now.
My mother played nothing but Al Green and Otis Redding in the house. Like,
man,
come on, bro.
The Whispers, okay.
That's really going in.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's just like, you get what I'm saying? Like you innocent, you ain't got no type of energy protecting you, guiding you, and you know, you get into something that looks fun,
and then all I know is you gonna leave your stomach. You gonna leave your stomach.
No, it's like our culture, our society, we don't got shit to lose. Because we don't got shit to lose, the best thing that we could ever do is get into a relationship. And not even a relationship centered in us doing anything good. It'll just be some shit where you sit and watch baddies together, or y'all go to the movies. Like, and then people break up all the time because it ain't nothing real that binds us in our culture. This is the cesspool. And I feel that they got us from children. They got it by the millions. Because if you go to a bumfuck town in Alabama where it's black people, they is not dignified and living their best life. They on the same shit that they on in any other black town. This is just how we are. Niggas is on the prowl, and the girls, they making it easy. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we young. We know young black people, they doing a bunch of fucking, right? And they coming up with a majority of all the kids. And when they get 30 fucking 5, motherfuckers want to come too. Like, maybe I'm gonna get on the spiritual shit. maybe I'm a, start the celibacy journey, start taking care of myself. And it's like, man, that shit is fake. If we ain't on the shit before, if y'all ain't trying to teach the young girls, hey, y'all can't even be on it like that because that shit ain't what's up. You know what they do? It be all more or less the young men, young women, they be getting celebrated by the older people. It be people listening to their music and supporting them crashing out. Because even old people like seeing young people crash out. This is the world that we live in. I've lived in a world where old people ain't want to see young people crash out. But now, bro, this shit, since I grew up to now, it only have gotten worse. It haven't gotten better. You know what I'm saying? It just keep getting worse and worse and worse. But at the same time, it's like, what do we actually do for real? Like, what do we actually do? Like, if y'all ever, I know when y'all travel down south and y'all get into like every single town is 90% black, it be just regular nigga shit. It'd be like a lot of black people, and they just be just kids having fun. Black people love to have fun, but it's like, man, when are we gonna do something for real for us? We like think about black people now getting swung by the cock on the Democrat or Republican ball. What ball you gonna get? You gonna be on the Democrat ball or the Republican ball? Like we can't even have a party of our own. Like we for real can't stand on our own 2 feet. Like we really exemplify that minority shit. Like we be minors, little kids. This
message.
We gotta grow the fuck up as a race. Like, but it start with the morality. We have this shit corrected real soon if motherfuckers feel like they can just fucking girl. Like you gotta come up with a dowry to get some goddamn pussy.
Yep. And the morality is based on an exact measure. Because after Exodus,
ain't no wiggle room.
Ain't no wiggle room at all. And if you asking for it, you can get the fuck out. That's how God did them, because the ones that wasn't supposed to be there, they was out of here by many different ways, whether it was plagues, poisonous snakes, whatever, whatever it takes to purify the bloodline, but after Exodus, after they were given morality, the testaments, the rules and statutes, and Leviticus, you had the priests who basically were spiritual people, reiterating these things and teaching these things to people. And through it all in Leviticus, the tribe had gotten smaller. Like over time, the tribe has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller until they finally made it to the promised land. And actually, I'm right at the spot where they're about to make it into the promised land in Deuteronomy. But it starts with the morality. It starts with the morality and understanding that you can't finesse the morality. You can't add to it. You can't take away from it. It is what it is. And you have to adhere to it. Lest ye perish.
You're gonna ruin your whole fucking life behind it. You're gonna ruin it and you ain't gonna get it back. We've seen too many examples. Like some people is strong, some people are stronger than others, and some people it can really take you out, like taking some heroin. Like I did a experiment earlier. I was asking my girl, would you rather have some crazy, life-changing, destructive sex or try heroin? Like, what would you do? And it's like, damn, that's a crazy way of looking at it. Because it could be so destructive to a woman's psyche. And if you have feelings, like a lot of girls are already heartbroken because they fell in love with a dude that they had no business, wasn't never going to return that love.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, you get filled up with sex and stuff, and it's just misgrowing that. Not to cut you off, bro. I just want to throw that in.
It's over. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that you could do as her husband or as her boyfriend. Because her real love is a fucking 9 out of 10. And she now all she can get is a 6. Yo ass, she looking at you like you motherfucker. You. I can't stand
Right.
It's all kind of sex base. We the only people that got to do with that. When you look at the Indians, it be some lame ass, Habib ass nigga, and he be strolling with a baddie, long, luxurious hair. You know what I'm saying? Y'all went to sleep?
No, I'm listening. I'm here. I'm here.
But you right though, that morality piece, I think coming into consciousness, we think we can supersede it through our ritual, but I realize that you can't supersede that piece. You gotta add to that piece.
Because I mean, the morality is what is here to help you. It's what's to help you to deal with the physical animal, your physical vessel, your body. You know, because there's certain things that you can do to defile your physical body that will make it really difficult for you to move forward spiritually. Morality, it's like a guardrail, you know what I mean? It's like a guide. I'm about to send you something. I put it in Discord AD to put up.
I got you. Yeah, and we just can't forget, like, it's 4 parts to our soul, and we forget that we have an animal soul that we need to deal with, that, you know, puts us in this physical realm that takes control of us. And once we learn how to deal with that aspect of ourselves, then we step into the spiritual practices.
So these are just some Masonic tools, and you have the square representing integrity, the compass representing self-control, the plum representing morality, and the level representing equality. So with the square, you dealing with integrity. You know, you are the person that you present yourself to be in front of the world. You know what I mean? That's who you are when nobody's looking. You know, having that integrity allows you to be your whole self in all arenas. You get what I mean? It allows you to stay away from being in a fragmented type of mentality, you know, where you're dealing with shadow when you going to work or something like that, or you're dealing with shadow when you know, with your significant other or something like that. Having that integrity, even when it's uncomfortable, this is when it really gets when it's really tested. Honestly, all 4 of these, and then you got the compass. I mean, self-control goes without saying. You know, if you can't control the beast, if you can't control your vessel, then you on your way to crashing out, or you about to be somebody's slave. Simply put, you know. And then with the plum, you have morality. We already talked about morality. And then the level, I would say the level is pretty special because it's just basically, this is the divine mind. It's the understanding that we all are emanations from the divine mind. The mind is all. the universe is mental. So it's in the hierarchy of all existence, is that divine mind that everything is contained in and everything emanates from that. And understanding that will put you in a place of understanding equality. And the significance of this is just not comparing yourself to someone, not putting yourself on a pedestal, or not even putting someone on a pedestal above you. You know what I mean? The only thing that's above any of us is the perfection of the divine mind, you know, and nothing exists outside of the divine mind. And then I would say, would it be cool if anybody's interested, search all of these tools in operative masonry and see how all these tools are used to build homes, you know what I mean? To build buildings, to build, you know, everything that we use in life. This is what the Masons are talking about. This is what they use. This is just a piece of what they use. You can get Morals and Dogma by Albert Pike. I believe that's Albert Pike that wrote that. And he can give you a lot of insight. But most of the information that you'll find in the Bible or find in the Masonic Lodge is about cultivating your spirit, taming the physical, and charity. You know what I mean? It's about helping people. You know what I mean? Once you're at a place where you've helped yourself, but continue to develop, but understanding the true burden of living in the realms of duality, you know, and do what you can. Don't overextend yourself, but do what you can. You know what I mean? Like, simple as that, you know.
I don't know what I walked into, but I know one thing. Wise man told me you either gonna build or destroy. So we in duality. If you're not building, then you destroying. So
And then when you say it like that, that's a Martian aspect. Think of the Tower card. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need y'all to understand, when we think about war, it's an act of purification. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what you solve war is love. So when you begin to love yourself, you begin to get rid of the person that was bringing destruction into your life. When you start with your habits and you start with a system, that's when you make change. See, we blame things when we don't realize that we have a bad system. We put up these goals and we achieve them, and then we put down things like, all right, I did it, I'm cool. And it's like, no, you need this system that's always gonna keep you building and moving forward. So I suggest you get the book Atomic Habits.
It make me think about like having one intention though. Because sometimes when you're talking to people, it's like, are you fixated and focused on what you are building, or are you just existing? Because I think the difference between a Mason, from my perspective, is that a Mason is fixated and focused on building, and you can't build multiple things at once. You can only build one thing at one time. You can only put one brick on top of the other brick, lay the cement down, level it out. You can only do one thing at one time. So it's like, in reference to like Masonic and like individual speculative independent study Masons, what I would classify myself to be, what is that thing that you see yourself building, and once it's built, you can like feel that relief or that joy behind that thing that you are building being built. And that's not like a question, like it's more of a rhetorical question, because I feel like the reality of that question takes a lot of introspection, more than in this space that we have doing this live. But maybe in the future, like people come to that conclusion, like what am I building, right? And then you incorporate integrity, self-control, morality, equality into that one thing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, you know, we want to do the PDF, but then we gotta, you know, get some pussy, gotta eat dinner. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do a lot of things. Try to get sidetracked. And I think like that is back to our original conversation of natural man, to get fixated and focused on all of his distractions, where the spiritual man is so deeply intentional. It doesn't matter what the world is saying, because the world is not putting the bricks on top of the bricks and the cement between the bricks and leveling it out. Like the world is just like, you crazy for building that thing that I don't even know what you're building yet. You're spending too much time building that thing that I don't know what you built it. Oh, it's amazing. Can I come and look? Like, the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
I think I came in late, but I could look at that. I looked at that board, and there's one thing that stood out, especially based off of your last answer, Hood. There's one thing that stands out that all four of those things have in common. None of that shit is intellectual. It doesn't take you to be intellectual to have integrity. It doesn't take you to be intellectual to have self-control. It doesn't take you to be intellectual to have morality. And it doesn't take you to be intellectual to be equal to people or treat people equally. I think, like you said, you can't build more than one thing at one time, right? So the idea that you have to think about doing these things in order for you to do these things is probably the first red flag. And second, if your objective is to build, then the only thing you care about is the next brick, that next slab of concrete, you know what I mean? Or that next corner that needs to be cut or measured. It doesn't matter. Anything else doesn't matter unless that, you know what I mean, is being systematically ran through according to your plans and what you are actually doing. So yeah, the number one thing that stands out to me is that none of that shit is intellectual at all.
Oh, okay. So you telling me the reason why I'm listening to all these Coke bars is not because I want to sell Coke, it's me building and learning how to afford.
You building a Coke highway in your head, my nigga.
Okay.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. You dig me? Because you could always turn water to wine, turn that Coke into whatever it is that fuck that you want to turn it into. It's just that thing is resonating with you to push you to a particular level. You know what I mean? Because you know that you're not going to go out there and get you a brick. I mean, I don't know if you are, but I think you are, right? Like, metaphorically go out there and get you a brick. You dig me? When you put that business on, and when you know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you start your judo school, you know what I'm saying? Like, that might be your metaphorical brick right there.
Because it's all business at the end of the day.
And this is Mercury Day, right? Mercantile.
And wine swiftness.
Nigga.
I knew somebody's gonna say that.
Start playing the Boondocks beat to that motherfucker.
Every show.
And also, family, again, please and check out wecultivate.com.co. Go ahead, check out the family. I'm telling you, beautiful website. We coming through. You can book yourselves a reading. You can go ahead and check out the Imperial. You can also book a consultation with Serpent. or any one of us to help and learn build your branding. And also we have 10% off in deals. So a lot of people hitting up, trying to find out what's going on. So here it is, family. Please go check it out. WeCultivate.com.co. We cultivate your experience, your spiritual initiation. So get ready for it, family. You gotta take it serious for yourself. And as we building, you should be building for yourself.
Yes, sir. And leave that casual sex alone, whether you're a man or a woman. It's just about the individual, because pointing the finger ain't going, remove no toxic energy from your life. Is actually going to add toxic energy to your life.
But you said with the right one though, be raw with the right one. I won't know my best friend.
No. I mean, it's so hard to tell who's the right one or who the wrong one is. That's why it's so good to be in your purpose. That a woman will easily say, "You too busy for me. You don't want to spend no time with me. You're not my type. Whatever." You know what I'm saying? But when you on your purpose, the right one will say, "Oh, you need some help. Let me help you." And she'll fall in love with that help and that success, and you'll fall in love with getting assisted through life because it's in your nature to be generous. It's in your nature to be a protector, a provider. So the right one is the one that's going to help you maintain the farm. And there is not a day that you cannot maintain the farm. So the delusion of the world is going to have somebody looking for an easy way out when it comes to relationships. And that's good because it's easy to wean people out. But when it comes to your purpose, it shouldn't be you and her purpose. It just should be your purpose, and that might seem egotistical or whatever, but back to the morality of the thing. It's too much intellectual ideologies going on, and y'all in the same house building two different temples. How much sense do that? How much sense do that make? So let the casual sex go. Let's like we can start here, look back 10 years from now, and be like, remember that conversation we had on that live? Look at us now, look at the world now. We got a section of people that's like understanding and understanding the power of sex and the power of union. So I'm all for it.
Shay.
Like protect your phallus, man. Protect your womb.
Everybody want to be like serpent, cunning and intelligent. Nobody want to be like Jah. Everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die.
Substack.
Discord.
But nah, for real, fam, it's been a fire episode.
Twitter. Nah, for real. I'm about to go lay it down, get ready for another day. I will definitely catch y'all brothers on the flip side. Had a good conversation with y'all. Tell all the baby mamas I'm your future man to be.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. I hope you got something of value from this. I dropped my Instagram in the chat. Check me out. Yeah, have a good evening.
Peace, family. Go ahead, check out everything. Drop the Instagram and all. And remember, cultivate.co. Please go Check us out. Columbia Exchange, hoodmystic.com, White Rabbit, the Heritage Book Club. Go check out our affiliates, and it'll mean a lot to us. Peace and love, and get some rest. It's starting to get late. Ashe. We finna bounce out, sir. Anything you want to say?
No, I just want to thank y'all brothers for the space. I appreciate it. I didn't intend and think that we were going to go live at all, but I appreciate the fact that we did. I always truly look forward to spending my time with my initiates. You know, like this shit is not anything that you could get anywhere else, and I just greatly appreciate y'all. So thank y'all for the space and thank y'all for the time. Thank y'all for the brothers that came out. Appreciate us having this space for Breeze to come out because, you know, he's always building engines and planes and shit like that. So, yeah, like I said, I'm just grateful, extremely grateful, and that's just the wave I'm on.
Ashe, thank you, bro, for writing the beautiful article, man. We wouldn't be here.
Yes.
Ashe.
Ashe. Peace, tribe.